The morning air in Milan carries a sharp clarity that demands substance. Heavy glass doors swing open as the city wakes to a cold January light. Heels click against damp stone while the first espresso steam rises into the gray sky. This is how the day begins. The city moves with a deliberate pace today. January in Milan is not about rushing to escape the cold, but about claiming the space within it. On the streets near Via Monte Napoleone, the architecture provides a neutral backdrop for a very specific kind of urban theater. You notice it first in the way people carry themselves. There is a weight to the atmosphere that feels grounded and intentional. The sound of a tram passing in the distance blends with the low hum of conversation. Here, the sidewalk is a transition between private lives and public presence. People emerge from stone, doorways wrapped in layers that suggest a deep understanding of their environment. It is a quiet entrance into the workday where the cold is simply another texture to be managed with grace. The rhythm is steady, and the energy is focused. As we move deeper into the center, the visual language of the city starts to reveal its winter vocabulary. A figure crosses the street toward a corner cafe, and the entire mood shifts. It is not about a single garment, but the way the silhouette cuts through the winter air. There is a preference for volume that does not overwhelm the wearer. A coat in a deep charcoal or a muted sand tone becomes a moving sculpture. The fabric has a visible density that speaks of quality without needing to announce a name. It is the kind of clothing that looks better in motion than it ever could on a hanger. You see it in the way a collar is turned up against a breeze, or how a hand is placed casually in a deep pocket. This is the first signal of the season. It is a rejection of the loud and the temporary in favor of something that feels permanent. The wearer seems entirely at home in their skin and in their clothes. Every step is a subtle testament to the idea that true style is a personal dialogue with the world. Milan, confidence is a quiet virtue. It is found in the lack of adjustment. No one is pulling at their sleeves or checking their reflection in shop windows. The garments are trusted to do their job so the person can focus on the life they are living. There is an ease in the way a heavy scarf is tossed over a shoulder or how a belt is tied with a quick, practiced knot. This is style lived in real time. It suggests a life where one is prepared for an impromptu lunch or a sudden meeting without needing to change. The palette is restrained, leaning into the grays, navies, and camels that mirror the winter sky and the city's stone monuments. It is an aesthetic of subtraction where nothing feels unnecessary. This refusal to overcomplicate creates a powerful presence. It allows the individual to stand out precisely because they are not trying to be the center of attention. The relationship between the clothing and the city itself is inseparable. The rough granite of the sidewalks and the smooth marble of the building entries find echoes in the fabrics passing by. There is a play of light on heavy cashmere and crisp wool that feels like part of the local geography. When the sun hits a certain angle, the weave of a herringbone coat or the soft sheen of a silk blend wrap becomes part of the architecture. Milanese style understands that clothes are the interface between the body and the urban environment. The choice of materials reflects a desire for protection that remains tactile and inviting. Even the way shadows fall into the folds of a long coat adds to the visual depth of the street. It is a sensory experience where you can almost feel the warmth and the weight of the layers through the screen. The city and its people are in a constant state of aesthetic exchange. Watching the way these coats move is a lesson in engineering. A well-constructed shoulder stays sharp even when the wearer is reaching for a taxi door or carrying a leather briefcase. There is a swing to the hem that follows the stride with a rhythmic precision. This is the hallmark of Italian tailoring. It provides structure while allowing for total freedom of movement. You see it in the fluid drape of a double-breasted overcoat that stays closed without feeling restrictive. The lines are clean, and the proportions are calculated to elongate the frame. It creates a sense of momentum, as if the clothing itself is helping the wearer move forward through their day. It is a reminder that the best garments are those that support the human form in action. We are witnessing a mastery of silhouette that has been refined over generations and now walks the streets of the present. pace slows down as we reach a small piazza. Here, the energy settles for a moment. Someone sits on a stone bench watching the world pass by. Another person waits for a friend, leaning against a lamp post with a relaxed posture. In these pauses, the details become more apparent. The way light catches a metal button or the subtle contrast of a leather glove against a wool sleeve. There is no rush to fill the silence. The city breathes. You notice the smaller movements now. The tilt of a head, the steady gaze, the way a person occupies their space with complete composure. It is a brief intermission in the urban flow where the atmosphere of Milan truly sinks in. The cold air feels refreshing rather than biting. We take a moment to simply exist in this environment, observing the quiet interactions between people and the city they inhabit. Refinement does not always mean formality. Even in the most relaxed moments, there is a standard of presentation that feels instinctive. A person might be wearing denim and a knit sweater, but the addition of a perfectly cut wool coat elevates the entire look to something intentional. This is the art of casual elegance. It is about choosing pieces that are inherently good and wearing them without overthinking the combination. It shows up in the choice of footwear, perhaps a sturdy boot or a clean leather sneaker that looks polished yet practical for a long walk. There is a sense that these outfits were assembled quickly because the components are already harmonious. It is a functional way of dressing that never sacrifices the aesthetic for the sake of utility. The result is a look that feels approachable but deeply considered. It is the uniform of a city that values quality in every aspect of life. January requires a specific kind of intelligence in layering. It is not just about staying warm, but about managing the shift from the cold street to the heated interior of a boutique or gallery. You see fine-gauge knits tucked under structured waistcoats, which are then covered by the primary overcoat. These layers create a visual richness that is only possible in the winter months. The materials respond to the environment of tweeds, soft flannels, and dense technical fabrics that look entirely natural in this urban setting. Colors stay grounded in the earth, and the citadel chocolate, slate blue, and deep forest green. These tones harmonize with the winter light, creating a look that is sophisticated and resilient. The details are small but significant: a silk scarf peeking out from a lapel or a cashmere cap pulled low. Every choice is a response to the season, handled with a characteristic sense of proportion. even within the constraints of classic winter wear, personal identity finds its way to the surface. It might be a vintage coat passed down through a family, showing a beautiful patina on the buttons, or perhaps a sudden, unexpected pop of color in an otherwise monochromatic ensemble. These are the moments where the individual breaks the rhythm of the street. It is a quiet kind of boldness zone that does not scream for attention, but rewards the observant eye. A unique way of tying a belt or a specific choice of eyewear can change the entire character of a look. These people are not followers of trends. They are curators of their own image. They use the city's aesthetic foundations to build something that is uniquely their own. It is a reminder that fashion in Italy is a living culture, constantly being reinterpreted by the people who walk these streets every day. As the afternoon progresses, the flow of people intensifies. The sidewalks become a moving tapestry of silhouettes and textures. From this vantage point, you can see the collective soul of Milanese style. It is a sea of neutral tones and structured shapes, moving with a shared sense of purpose. There is a beautiful anonymity in the crowd, yet every person contributes to the overall elegance of the city. The visual harmony is striking. It is a reminder that style is not just an individual pursuit but a communal standard. People pass each other with a subtle nod to the shared environment they inhabit. The city is a living organism, and the way people dress is its skin. It is protective, expressive, and deeply rooted in the history of the place. We watch the tide of coats and scarves move through the arches and across the squares, a timeless display of urban grace. The light begins to fade, casting long, soft shadows across the cobblestones. The coats that define the day now disappear into the warm glow of shop windows and the blue hour of the city. What remains is a sense of enduring composure. Milan in January does not offer the obvious beauty of a summer afternoon, but it offers something deeper, a masterclass in substance and presence. We have seen that style here is not a performance for others, but a standard held for oneself. It is about the quality of the fabric, the precision of the cut, and the confidence to let those things speak for themselves. As you move through your own world today, perhaps you will find inspiration in this quiet strength. Take a moment to appreciate the details that ground you. We look forward to seeing how the city changes when we meet here again.